CEMEX is a global building materials supplier. I work for the cement logistics side in the UK. We also supply aggregates and ready-mix. So we're supplying cement mainly to our ready-mix base and also to outside suppliers. We have approximately 45-50 night drivers and we supplement that with agency drivers. So the agency drivers that we use are trained to exactly the same standards as our own drivers, and they will also be given one of the blackline safety devices. If a driver went down, we have no way of really knowing that it had gone down. And obviously if it goes down, it's serious. So you need to be responding very quickly. So the device will tell us immediately that the device has fallen, and we will then try and contact the driver. If we get no response, then we will contact the emergency services immediately. We used a system where the drivers would arrive to a site and would call, and there would be a reliance on a human to call back to make sure the drivers were safe. So we started discussing at our safety improvement group meetings with the drivers what can we do to improve that communication. It was a lone working device which we gave to every one of our lone workers. That was unique to them, so they would take their own with them to site. It would offer a man down solution. It would offer an alarm solution, both audible and silent, which either came back to a local hub or to Blackline's own hub. Like anything CEMEX do, we always include the workforce, and that's where the IDs are going to come from, and that's where they're the people that are ultimately going to be using them. CEMEX benefited undoubtedly by allowing a little bit of peace of mind from the management side, that we was giving something to the lone workers that protected them on sites, and obviously from the drivers who would raise the issues themselves through, as I say, through safety meetings and some smaller gaps in our processes to say, did we have a robust enough process? So I think CEMEX have benefited by having that peace of mind from the management side and from the driver's side. We work here pretty much 365, but with the exception of the weekend. Normally during the daytime there'll be people on site who will accept our deliveries. Through the nights and sometimes on the weekend there'll be nobody available. So what the devices do, they're fully GPSed, so that comes through to a web base here where we can see where the drivers are, and then if the drivers are instructed that if there are any trouble, they can operate in various ways. They can press a button and talk direct to our controllers. They can press a switch which gives off an audible alarm, or they can do a silent alarm. We chose Blackline initially. We did go out there and look what else was on the market, and we did invite various people to come in and look at what we wanted. Some of the early things we looked at didn't have the coverage, because we from Rugby were needed to go stem-wise something like 150-200 miles, where a lot of the devices we looked at was going to pick up like 200-300 yards, so local to a site, whereas we wanted something that was going to give us a signal, a message that would be able to pick up hundreds of miles away. We didn't have to do many changes to it. They were exceptionally accommodating to our needs, what we wanted, and have made the device exactly what we wanted for the drivers.